I have been blessed by the thrift gods, the camera thrifting gods, if you will. Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Today I have an exciting video. Recently I came up on an unexpected treasure. I am so happy with this thrift find. And if you saw the thumbnail, you know what camera I found at the thrift store, but let me give you a little backstory. So I go thrifting a lot. I am an avid thrifter. I love thrifting clothes, accessories, and when I go thrifting, I am always on the lookout for cameras. But honestly, I never really find any good cameras when I'm thrifting. And I'll go to like Goodwill, Salvation Army, all that good stuff. I never find any good camera finds, given I do live in Los Angeles, like a major city. So a lot of people here are also looking for what I'm looking for. So if it's there and it exists, it's usually snatched up really quickly. I don't know if that's the case for people that live in like not major cities and things like that. Let me know what's your experience thrifting cameras if you thrift for cameras. So about a month ago, I went to get lunch with my mom. It was a chill day. We were just hanging out. We were done eating lunch, so I decided to take her to this thrift store that I really love that's near my house. And that was near the place that we were at eating lunch. We go into this thrift store. It's a thrift store I had been in many times, mind you, and I've always found good things there, but usually like clothing, they have some cool accessories, really like random awesome finds there, and they're very reasonably priced as well. So I'm walking around, I'm like looking, and then I look in this little case that they have in the middle, and I see a bunch of cameras, and I'm looking, and then I see her. I see the Olympus OM1 black body camera, and it looked like it was in pretty good shape. So I asked the lady, I say, hey, can I see this camera here in the case? And she says, oh, well, sure, absolutely. So she puts it in my hands and I'm checking it out, feeling around. Cosmetically, you know, it looks like it needs a good cleaning for sure, but the body itself, there were no dings. The viewfinder has like mild fungus in it, but that's okay. Still really beautiful. I opened the back side of it to look inside with the shutter curtain and the inside, and it is clean, like beautiful. So I close the back and I assess, hey, this camera's in pretty good shape. So I asked the lady how much she wants for this Olympus OM1. Do you know what this lady says to me? She says, oh, let me check. And then she says, $14, not 40, 14. She only wants, they're selling this Olympus OM1 black body, Olympus MD, mind you, which is the mechanical drive version, and they're only charging $14 for it. So I said, hold on, okay, I need this. Let me get this. I love Olympus cameras. I have a few of them. I have an Olympus Infinity Twin, and I also have the Olympus Pen F, another beautiful maitani creation. And so I said, you know what? I gotta add this to my collection. So I bought that camera for $14 and I took it home happily. So here she is. This is my Olympus OM1 that I picked up from the thrift store. So I have been shooting with this for about a month. I shot through one roll, already got my first roll back, and I am in love. This is my new go-to. I just really love the size of it. It's really perfect for me personally. I know with maitani and his creations, he really loved the importance of like slim, compact cameras. You see that with the Olympus Pen F, and you really see that same mindset in his creation with the Olympus OM1. And you know what is really special about this camera as well is I can tell that whoever owned this camera previously, maybe there was one owner, maybe this had multiple previous owners, but I don't know, my feeling of the juju of this camera, I feel like it just had one owner, and I don't know, I feel like they really, you can tell that they cared for it really well. How, you know, the inside looks, it's like, just look at that. It's so nice and clean. And there is like a little bit of wear inside on the light seals. I thought I was going to have to get new light seals, so I was really worried when I got my first film roll back, but to my surprise, no light leaks at all. So that is a really, really great thing. So like I said, when I first got this Olympus OM1, it wasn't perfect. It was honestly very dirty, and so I gave it a nice cleaning. So once I loaded this up with some film, I went out and shot with this. I have to tell you, it was such a joy shooting this camera. It feels so good in my hands. What I love about this is it really is compact and it's so nice and light. Even with this lens hood on, it's so light. I went out to the beach to shoot with my friend. We took some photos, and I also took this to the MoCA, to the art museum, and I had it around me the whole time, and it just felt really comfortable having it on me. And mind you, my usual SLR that I shoot with is my Minolta SRT 101, which again, if you're not new to this channel, you know what I'm talking about. You've seen me shoot with it in a lot of my videos, and that thing is heavy. I love my Minolta SRT 101, but it is so refreshing to have such a powerful lens and just powerful camera on me that is so lightweight. If you're not familiar with the Olympus OM1 cameras, let me point out a few of my personal favorite key features. So first, I really love the release button, or the release knob. So it's on the front here, and you can just twist it, and that will release your film so you can start winding it back in when you're done shooting. And that is so neat to me. It's unique just aesthetically on the camera, but it's really nice and handy if you have the Olympus OM1 on a tripod and you don't want to maybe remove it to switch out your film. You can have it on the tripod here and go ahead and wind your film here, because usually you have that release on the bottom, but instead it's on the front, which I think is really cool. Another feature that I think is pretty awesome about this camera is the removable hot shoe. So here, this one did come a smidge cracked, but it's still very, very sturdy. So that's great. And again, for $14, I'm not really worried about it, but it's really nice and sturdy on there. This guy, you just kind of slide this dial over and you can remove the hot shoe if you don't want it on there. And if you want your camera to be even more compact, that is a really cool feature. Another feature that is really interesting about this camera, and again adds to the sleek design, is that usually you would have your shutter, adjust your shutter speed on the top, but you have this cool little shutter ring here, and then you adjust your aperture with this ring in the front. So you have your shutter speed ring here that's fixed to the camera, and then your aperture on the lens, which is just so cool. I really love maitani's creations. Like I said, I have the Olympus Pen F. I also made a video about the Olympus Pen F. You can go watch that after this video. But I really love his thought process. It's just really neat. And he's not only thinking about making it more compact, and he achieves that, but it also just adds a unique look to the camera, different than other cameras. Lastly, what's pretty cool about this particular Olympus OM1 camera is also the crazy thing that I got this for so dirt cheap, is that this is the Olympus MD. So you'll see that MD little stamp on the front, and that means mechanical drive. So on the bottom here, you'll see that this is the battery port here, and then this here, which I've covered with just like a sleek little bit of electrical tape because there was no cap on there when I picked this up, so that was my quick fix there, and it looks pretty good if I don't say so myself. But here, if I were to take this off, there's a little attachment, like a drive situation, where you can put an auto winder attachment to this camera to auto wind for you. I'm not particularly pressed about that kind of feature, to be honest, or those attachments. I don't mind winding the film myself, so I don't really use those because I like not having a bulky situation on the bottom, to be honest, but it's nice to have that option if I ever did want that. So I think that's pretty darn cool. And then overall, a thing that's cool about getting this again for such a amazing price is this works really well, but that's what I love about cameras that were built in like the late 60s or the 70s, is like these cameras were built to last. Like, they're durable. This is a fully mechanical camera. I don't have the battery in here, even though it does have a light meter, because honestly, I personally just use an external light meter. That's my preference. So I just took the battery out to so that there's no corrosion or anything like that. And there wasn't any corrosion when I checked the battery port. It actually had a battery in it, but there was no corrosion, which was great. Whoever owned this camera before clearly knew what they were doing. Is this heavy duty lens hood here. I think a big problem that people say with the Olympus OM1 is that there's a lot of lens flare with the Zuiko lenses, but you have, they recommend that you add a lens hood. This is a nice heavy duty lens hood. It is awesome. It is durable, screws on there, and this came with it. This was already on there. And then another bonus, this lens is a Zuiko lens, which I'm so excited to use. This is a 50mm 1.4G Zuiko lens. So really cool, because usually the Olympus OM1 series, the kit lens is a 50mm 1.8, which is still fantastic. But the fact that this is a 1.4 lens, I mean, extra special. And with the lens hood that came with it already, just amazing. I think this is gonna make me take my SLR out way more often and shoot with it and just take this out and about, because usually when I go out and about just like casually to shoot, I'll just bring my point and shoot, which is fine, but this is so nice because I would actually take this just out and about with me because it's so light and I'll be able to get some better quality images. I also am excited to use this to take some portraits. I'm just really looking forward to using this camera more. I'm so excited. So yeah, this is the Olympus OM1 that I thrifted for $14. And for context too, these cameras right now are going for anywhere from like $100 to $200 and up-ish, but around that $100 to $200 range on eBay. And that's without the lens hood. That's with the regular kit lens. That's with, you know, not even all black body. I mean, it's crazy to find an all black body OM1 MD with the lens hood, with an awesome 1.4 lens, just chef's kiss. Amazing find. So like I said, I have been blessed by the thrift gods. I appreciate them. Thank you, thrift gods. So yeah, the Olympus OM1. This is going to be my new go-to, and I'm excited to shoot more with this. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye.